Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat channel, and today for you guys we're going to be going over my Dark World deck profile. Yes, I was playing Dark Worlds even before Grapha became a thing, before Grapha was released here in the TCG about 3-4 years ago now, I think it's been. But I really like the Dark World deck, and even though Card Discard All has been banned for overall format now, the deck is still very powerful and still very strong. My Dark World deck profile pretty much involves hand manipulation, so manipulating your opponent's hand and abusing Grapha, spamming Grapha, like any Dark World deck out there. But without further ado, guys, we'll get into the Dark World deck profile, and I'll go over some of my card choices. So let's get started. I run 3 Grapha and 3 Snow. This is pretty standard for any Dark World build out there that I've ever seen, that you run the 3 Grapha and you run the 3 Snow. So 3 Grapha, 3 Snow. Pretty standard there. 3 Brow. That's pretty standard too. That's your draw engine. Snow's your search engine. I also run 3 Tour Guides of the Underworld now because Tour Guide is back at 3. After doing extensive testing, I do it a whole bunch of times online and in real life with the 3 Tour Guide because I thought it was going to mess up with the funk of Drag Down to the Grave and stuff of that nature. But after extensive testing, it really didn't mess up with the funk of the deck. You have a lot of targets for Tour Guide of the Underworld. She can target herself. She can also target Brow, Brow over here. So it puts a good standard level 3 engine in the deck of Exceeds. So that's why I like Tour Guide. Next up, I run 2 Brow. Not 2 Brow, 2 Beige of the Dark World. After Eradicator Epidemic Virus went down to 1, I decided to run the Beige engine because I took the 2 Silvers out and replaced them both with Beige because Beige gave more versatility and more abuse of Grapha. And you weren't using a virus type deck that much anymore, I was finding out. So pretty much I put the 2 Beige in there because you could discard Beige with Dark World Dealings or something of that nature. Because of that, because you discarded it, Beige bounces back to the field. You bounce Beige back to your hand to get a Grapha out. Then you normal summon Beige again, and then you can get 2 Grapha out on the field. So there's a lot of different combos, and it's very consistent with 2 Beige, I find, instead of running Silver or Gold. Next up, I run 2 Trans Archfiends. One of my little plays I like doing with Trans Archfiend is if I normal summon Trans Archfiend, and if I want to make a level 4 Exceed, I can go Trans Archfiend, normal summon, Trans Archfiend's effect, discard Beige, Beige bounce back to the field, and if I don't have Grapha Engrave, I can Exceed for a level 4 right off the bat. But Trans Archfiend comes in handy because when you're banishing cards with Gates of the Dark World, you can get things back and stuff of that nature. And if you run into a D-Prison, with a dark, which is when your Grapha gets D-Prison, you're kind of like, oh boy, here we go. So Trans Archfiend comes in handy in those instances and stuff like that. Some people don't like Trans Archfiend. I personally am okay with running 2 Trans Archfiend. It comes in handy a lot. And the last monster I run is 1 Morphing Jar. Pretty much some people run Morphing Jar in Dark World, some people don't. I was even running this card when Discard All was a thing still, was still at 1. Morphing Jar, you have to play it smart. You can't just set Morphing Jar and just go. What you want to do with Morphing Jar is you want to set up your hand. So you want to have a whole bunch of Dark Worlds in your hand, set your back row, set Morphing Jar down, and then go off. And you're usually going to get more pluses than your opponent because if you're discarding like a Brow and a Snow, you're getting a search off and you're getting a draw power. So you're drawing 6 cards instead of 7, instead of your opponent drawing 5. There's a whole bunch of upsides I find to Morphing Jar though. So that's why I run 1 Morphing Jar. For your standard spells, I run 3 Gates of the Dark World there. It's your standard field spell for Dark Worlds. I also run 3 Dark World Dealings. Comes in handy. It's your discarding outlet, one of your many. I find that running Dark Worlds, that it's best to have a lot of discarding outlets so you can get their effects off. I also run 3 Drag Down to the Grave. Works very well because I like hand manipulation. I like manipulating my opponent's hand. 3 Upstart Goblin. There's your draw power. You're not worried about your opponent gaining life points. For your 1-of traps, I run 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Allure of Darkness for drawing power, 1 Dark Hole, and that's all your 1-of spells that are at 1. So Foolish, Allure, and Dark Hole. For my other stuff, I won one Gates of the Dark World right here, Gates of the Dark World. It's pretty much a monster reborn for Grapha. If you have Snow in the grave, you can activate this card on the end of your opponent's turn. Bring Snow back to the field, then bounce Snow back for Grapha. That's one of the best plays with Gates of the Dark World. I also won one Cheerful Coffin. I replaced Discard All. When Discard All got banned, I put Cheerful Coffin in, and it works very well. It comes in handy a lot. You're not going to get the draw power like Discard All, but it comes in handy in a whole bunch of situations. And for the traps, I run 2 Mind Crush. 3 I found is too much. Mind Crush at 3 is a little bit too much. You can keep another one in the extra deck if you like, but I like the hand. It's a discarding outlet, and I can manipulate my opponent's hands. For traps, I like running some standard traps. I like running 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, and 1 Mirror Force. You don't have to run Mirror Force. I just like some standard traps in my Dark World deck. People are not expecting that usually. For the last trap card I run is 1 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. I usually keep Deck Devi. If you guys know Dark Worlds, Deck Devi is the one that targets the deck, the monsters. So I usually keep Deck Devi depending upon my deck matchup. I like keeping it in my side deck. Eradicator Epidemic Virus stays in the main deck because this targets any deck out there. All decks out there nowadays are going to run spells and they're going to run traps. So Eradicator Epidemic Virus comes in handy against all decks, where Deck Devi can come in handy against certain decks, and it can hurt certain decks less than others, if you understand what I'm saying. For the extra deck, I run, if you guys can tell there, that's Neo Galaxy Eyes, number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. That's Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. 1 Heliopolis Sun Dragon Overlord. 1 Leviathan Dragon. Comes in handy with the rank 3 engine. 1 Leviathan Dragon, number 17. 1 Tempo, comes in handy a lot. 1 Wind Up Zen Mines. 1 number 30 Acid Golem. I keep Skill Drain in the side deck most of the time. I don't have this side deck with me, but that's where it usually is. So I keep Acid Golem in there so when I have Skill Drain. 1 Mesorhythm, the String Din Daijin. 1 Lavava Chain, because there is some combos that pop up in this deck, so I like having the option to go into Lavava Chain, and there's a couple cool plays you can do with Lavava Chain. 1 Maestro. 1 Black Ship of Corn. 1 Photon Popple Operative. Gagaga Cowboy. And Abyss Dweller there. And the final card I run, because sometimes it just comes in handy to have a beat stick, is number 39 Utopia. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed my Dark World deck profile. And until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys.